Fox 61 News at 5 starts now.
Now at 5, a car driven by a 15-year-old crashes right into a police cruiser, and it's all caught on camera. What we know about the suspect.
It was shocking. It was shocking to learn that this was them.
A community grieves after a tragic murder-suicide. We're hearing new reaction from people who knew the victim.
Plus, a major settlement involving a local internet provider, the changes the company now needs to make for its customers.
Plus, we're getting a closer look at the documents at former President Trump's Florida estate, while a brand new poll finds how Americans feel about this investigation.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. New video now at 5. A Naugatuck police officer is lucky to be alive.
Yeah, this after her cruiser was rammed by a 15-year-old in a stolen car late yesterday afternoon. The incident all caught on camera. Fox
61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Tony Terzi joins us live from Naugatuck Police Department with more particulars on this case involving the teen that police are very familiar with, we're told. Tony.
Yes, indeed. Sarah, Brent, good afternoon, everyone. It was down this long driveway where the stolen car the 15-year-old was hiding leads into a trucking company where he apparently had ping-ponged off of some trucks. He was getting away, and this is where the cruiser was coming from, down Elm Street, heading back toward downtown, when they met right here. Watch. This Naugatuck Police Department dash cam footage comes from inside of the cruiser of Officer Haley Zarzuela, who was searching for a stolen Audi A5, and then boom, she gets rammed before the stolen car speeds away with a 15-year-old at the wheel.
My office is in the front corner, and we hear commotion in the street.
He owns a business across the street from where the cruiser was crunched.
You know, you're trying to figure out and piece together what's going on, and you see a cruiser get hit. You're like, wait a minute, it's a bit unnerving.
Debris from the impact struck pedestrians who were walking in the area. This stolen Audi continued in the direction of Naugatuck's downtown, where the operator abandoned it.
The 15-year-old who's from Naugatuck was apprehended on foot a short time later near the YMCA.
This juvenile is familiar to Naugatuck Police as well as other agencies, and we believe is involved in other vehicle thefts.
In this case, it worked out, but the laws need to be modified to give the police a little more power to resolve these issues.
Officer Zarzuela suffered injuries to an arm and leg, but she was released from Waterbury Hospital last night.
We're lucky she wasn't hurt seriously. I will say this, she's tough as nails, and she's a great Naugatuck officer. And like many high-end vehicles, this Audi A5 was equipped with anti-theft technology,
which will result in a ping or a signal being sent to the vehicle's location, and the manufacturer will contact law enforcement and work with us to try to determine the vehicle's whereabouts.
Boy, this could have ended so much worse for both Officer Haley Zarzuela and the 15-year-old suspect with whom police are very familiar. By the way, the chief also added toward the end of the press briefing today that he's not ruling out additional arrests tied to this case. We're live here in Naugatuck. Tony Terzi, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Tony. The grieving process continues for the close-knit community of East Granby in the wake of a murder-suicide involving two prominent public servants.
The tragedy is also sparking questions about what the Avon police knew about their sergeant who pulled the trigger. Fox 61's Matt Karen is live in Avon now with more. Matt.
Well, you know what, guys? We've contacted the Avon Police Department multiple times in order to request an interview to go beyond their written statement of condolence that the department issued just a couple of days ago. I am told that the police chief is planning to speak more about this incident, but as of right now, no word on when that would be. It's been 3 days since Avon Police Sergeant Thomas Jasius shot dead his wife Doreen in an off-duty murder-suicide here in their East Granby home.
I think the whole community is just really shocked.
On this day, a U.S. DOT medical waste van was spotted at the residence.
It was shocking. It was shocking to learn that this was them.
For some, that shock is turning to outrage as questions swirl about what, if anything, Avon police saw that may have concerned them during the course of Sergeant Jasius's performance of duty.
I mean, we don't have any data that says it's more prevalent in this profession than others. It's really about power and control. And it comes down to the individual relationship.
A relationship that from the outside seemed perfect.
If there were warning signs, I don't know that anybody saw them.
As an officer, Jasius did have access to a firearm,
which we do know increases the likelihood of death in domestic violence situations.
Others are turning their outrage into action. A GoFundMe to support the couple's 2 devastated daughters has so far raised nearly $25,000.
These kids are going to go through a lot. They are going through a lot, I'm sure.
Makeshift memorials from flowers to angels have been placed at the foot of their driveway and the entrance to the East Granby Library, where Doreen was the director.
I mean, she had this library running like a well-oiled machine.
Among the mementos, this handwritten note that reads, "We love you. You will be missed. You taught us beautifulness, a smile, education, and kindness. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have helped. I wish someone was there to protect you." Well, this incident can only be described as a tragedy, and one that is putting the issue of domestic violence and suicide squarely in the spotlight. If you or someone you love needs help in that regard, you are being reminded that you can contact the Connecticut Safe Connect hotline. You can call them or text them 24/7. That number is at the bottom of your screen right now. It will also be posted on our website, fox61.com, along with a link to the GoFundMe page for the couple's 2 daughters. We're live outside the Avon Police Department. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Matt. Well, state leaders meet today to discuss gun violence prevention. This was the first meeting of the state's new Commission on Community Gun Violence Intervention and Prevention. The commission works with the Department of Public Health. The state has allocated $2.9 million towards the cause with the hope to provide grants to community-based violence prevention programs.
A pedestrian was hit and killed in Southington earlier this week. Police say Austin Kowaleski was crossing Queen Street Monday when he was hit. He was taken to a hospital but later died. Police say the driver involved stayed on the scene. There's no word on any charges related to the incident. Police are still investigating now. And a car crashed into a 7-Eleven convenience store in Waterbury this morning. Police say it happened at a store on Cook Street. We're told a 35-year-old woman accidentally stepped on the accelerator, sending the car through the front glass and partially into the store. Police say a customer inside the store was hit and taken to a hospital with a minor injury. The driver was not hurt. All right, turning to the weather now, and a nice day outside, a little less humid. People are out and about in Stanley Quarter Park in New Britain enjoying this last day of August.
Can you believe it? Last day of August. So how is the start of September looking? That's where we bring in Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, it's looking really on brand. Low humidity, lots of sunshine, and kind of what you'd expect to see. Comfortable temperatures stepping into September, and it will be like that for a couple of days before, the warmth and humidity come back. So enjoy while it lasts. 81 degrees right now in Farmington with sunshine and some puffy clouds. The dew point has come way, way down. We are in that blue category, which is comfy across much of the state. The last areas that were holding on to humidity, if you were with us for the news at 4, were southeastern Connecticut. And now even you guys in the southeastern corner of the state are feeling those cooler and less humid effects. Right now, temperatures are in the lower to middle 80s, upper 70s right now for Waterbury, and nothing to show you here on the satellite or radar. It's a great night to do some outdoor dining, whether it's at a restaurant or just at your house, maybe firing up the grill. It's a great night for that. Overnight lows will be in the 50s to right around 60 degrees. And as we head through the course of the day tomorrow, we're looking beautiful with lots of sunshine, low humidity, and high temperatures between 75 to 80. A lot more comfortable for the kids in the classrooms and the teachers that may not have air conditioning. I know it's been kind of brutal for them the last few days. We'll take a look ahead at the changes, though, for the holiday weekend. Your full forecast coming up.
You're Rachel. Beginning tomorrow, renters and homeowners across the state will be able to apply for the state's Energy Assistance Program. The program helps Connecticut residents with the costs associated with heating their homes. Governor Ned Lamont says this assistance is important as summer ends and we start to head into the colder months.
It seemed like an odd day, hot day in August to be talking about a home heating assistance. But I think if we've learned anything over the last few years is that planning ahead really pays dividends.
Applications must be received by May 31st, 2023. For more information on how to apply, head to our website, fox61.com.
Attorney General William Tong today announced a settlement with Frontier Communications worth over $60 million. That settlement resolves a joint investigation by the Office of the Attorney General and the Department of Consumer Protection into whether Frontier deceived or misled consumers in the marketing and sales of Internet services. The offices reviewed more than 1,400 consumer complaints against the company, including charges exceeding the promised rates and poor internet quality.
It forces Frontier to improve their customer service, to stop charging a hidden charge of $6.99 on bills, and to spend $42.5 million to move from DSL to fiber so that people have real quality internet.
Frontier releasing a statement to Fox 61 saying in part, quote, "We settled the investigation in good faith to put it behind us so we could focus on our business. That's in the best interest of all our customers." Well, new tonight, the FDA has paved the way for a reformulated COVID-19 booster shot that targets the highly contagious Omicron variant. The agency amended the emergency use authorizations of the Moderna and Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines to include the bivalent vaccine that targets both the original virus and the Omicron subvariant. The FDA calls the new shots updated boosters and says they are to be used as a single booster dose at least 2 months following primary or booster vaccination. An advisory committee to the CDC is scheduled to meet tomorrow to discuss who should receive this booster.
A new filing by the Department of Justice is giving us a closer look at some of the documents taken from Mar-a-Lago earlier this month. Some of them contain markings with top secret and secret. Prosecutors allege the documents were likely concealed and removed from a storage room in an effort to obstruct the government's investigation. The former president maintains he declassified these documents, so the raid was unnecessary.
If this was such an urgent matter, why did they then wait 3 days after the warrant was approved to go into Mar-a-Lago? None of it makes sense.
A Florida judge set a hearing for tomorrow to consider Trump's request for an outside party to go through those documents. And a new poll just into the newsroom from Quinnipiac University finds half of Americans think former President Trump should be prosecuted on criminal charges for his handling of those documents. 86% of Democrats and 52% of independents think Trump should be prosecuted, while 67% of Republicans think the allegations are either not too serious or not serious at all. 6 out of 10 Americans think former President Trump acted inappropriately in the way he handled those documents.